What's up, kings and queens? It's your boy Dan from Daft Previews, and in today's video, I'm going to take you through 6 of my best bets on this upcoming set of games on the WNBA. We do have a massive slate on the W, so you know I got a ton of bets. Now, I ran a promotion for the code HAMBY not too long ago, and those spots filled up real quick. I'm not running any discounts on VIP at this moment, but I'll be sharing one set of my parlays and my value plays to everyone who subscribed to my free section on Winnable, so don't miss out. I've had a few losing days, which means I'm getting close to a monster of a day. The link for my free picks is in the video description and in the pinned comment. So if these free bets sound interesting, let's go. So we're jumping straight into Outlier. If you've not used Outlier before, what are you doing? It's a tool that I use to find all of my player props. It collects all the data and it gives you some wonderful insights as well. Check them out. I've got a 7-day free trial for Outlier in the video description below. But today we've got a massive set. So I'm not going to preview everything. I'm just going to share with you the bets that I've already got placed. The first game we're looking at is the Mystics versus the Dream. So for this one, might be a popular play on the board, but we're going back to the well. We're going back to a lot of players who've made me quite a bit of money. And one of those is Tina Charles. And we're looking at over 10.5 rebounds for sweet Tina Charles in this one. It is a plus money play. And you know how I feel about plus money. I get excited. So Tina Charles is the first look for us. This bet is an absolute wagon and it's based on opportunity. So not only has she hit this in 8 out of the last 10, averaging 13 points per game, part of the reason for that is Parker Tyus and Aerial Powers are missing. So Tina, she should continue to see more than 30 minutes in this game. Now, she's over this line in 14 out of 20 games this season when she plays 30-plus minutes, and she's also averaging 12 rebounds per game. Now, the matchup here for Tina Charles isn't good, but it's also not bad either. This Mystics team rank in the middle of the table for rebounds allowed. She's had tougher matchups as of late. You can see it right here. She's had tough matchups against the Fever and the Dallas Wings when it comes to rebounds, but she's still pulled down 13 and 12 rebounds against them. So ride Tina Charles with me to the moon. This rebound prop is an absolute wagon. The next pick takes us into the next game. It's the Fever versus the Aces. It's a back-to-back set, and you know how I feel about these back-to-back sets. I fucking hate them, but I feel like a champion when I get it right. So today, Caitlin Clark, I'm looking at over 21.5 points. So we're taking the future GOAT to bounce back after a terrible shooting night. That last game against the Aces, she scored 16 points. She was 6 from 22 from the field. Check that out. And she was only 1 from 10 from deep. So absolutely atrocious here for Caitlin Clark. But one thing that is promising is the volume. Check that out. 22 shots in that last game. I've crunched the numbers. Now, Caitlin Clark has shot the ball more than 18 times in 6 games this season. She's hit this line in 5 of those games. The only game she went under was that last game against the Aces. She still averages 23 points per game when she takes more than 18 shots. Now, she does score a lot of her points in the pick and roll, and the Aces are the worst in the league at defending this place type. We saw in that last game that they blitzed a lot of the screens in the pick and roll, and I expected that to happen. Caitlin adjusted throughout the game. She started to attack the rim a lot more. Unfortunately, she did miss a whole lot of shots and layups, and a lot of those she'd normally make. So I'm backing her to excel in this back-to-back set. Adjust, make the adjustments here, and then absolutely smoke these Aces and get us some points. Pumping the brakes real quick to talk to you all about Dabble Fantasy and why you should check them out. Firstly, they have some of the best payouts in the industry if you're running 3-player lineups. They also have a copy bet feature. You can find the best bettors on Dabble, and you can just tell all their bets in one click. Now, the best part about this is that when you do sign up, they give you a free $25 just from signing up using the code DAFT or the link in the video description. You can get wild with it and put together a 5-man just like this, or you could be conservative and settle for a 3-man. Now, Dabble has the best payouts for 3-man entries, so that's what I would be doing. But I'm encouraging you all to sign up to Dabble, take your free $25 and win something juicy on it. At the end of this video, I'll tell you which of the 3 plays I'm most excited about, so you can put them together and play it on Dabble if you want. Now, as an added bonus, if you've signed up to Dabble and you made your first deposit with my link, I'll give you a month of VIP picks for free. Just message me on X, formerly known as Twitter, or on Instagram, and I'll hook you up. So the link for Dabble Fantasy is in the description. Let's go. So jumping into the next game now, it's the Seattle Storm versus the Dallas Wings. And in this game, we're going to a player that I've got an excellent read on. I should be betting on every single game because I feel like I haven't got a reading wrong on Skylar Diggins for quite some time. But for Skylar Diggins, we're looking at over 16.5 points in this game. Let's check this stuff out. So she's covered this in 5 out of her last 10, but I don't care about that. She's gone under in 2 consecutive games against Dallas, and I don't give a shit about that either. Now, offensively, she's been aggressive as hell post the Olympic break. You have to ignore her form against Dallas in the past because prior to this Olympic break, she wasn't this aggressive. She's come out of that like a bat out of hell. She's been going crazy. Now, she also has amazing home and away splits. I've spoken about this many times for Skylar Diggins, and everything's lining up front over here against Dallas. Check out these splits. 12.4 points per game at home compared to 17.2 on the road. And it's actually quite interesting. Even if you look at her 3 games against Dallas this season, 21 points on the road, 11 and 8 points at home. So it's all correlated here for Skylar to go over. And even if you're talking about the matchup is bloody perfect for her. The Wings, they allow the second most points to guards on the season. That's a plus. They're also awful at defending the pick and roll, and they get smoked in transition. They are, however, somewhat decent at defending the 3-point line, but for anybody who knows Skylar Diggins, they know that she doesn't score from there. So this match is absolutely perfect for her, and I love her to go over 16.5 points today. Let's go, Skylar. Now, whilst we're on this game, we've got to talk about Teaira McCowan. She was someone I could read perfectly once upon a time, and now it's not the old girl that I know. But she did cost me a little bit of money today, so I do have a pending bet on Teaira McCowan. That's going to form part of the set that I send out to everyone who's on my free picks. I do like her over in this one. She owes me a bit of money, so she's a wagon at home, so I'm looking to get that cash back. So be sure to sign up to that free version of Winnable for my picks, and you'll see a mad set for Teaira McCowan, including some parlays. Jumping into the next game, it is the Minnesota Lynx versus the Chicago Sky. And once again, I'm running back something, and it's Isabel Harrison. And specifically, I'm running back her rebounds. So over 7.5 rebounds for Isabel Harrison. I believe this was a plus money play when I sent it out to my VIP a few hours ago. The lines are starting to move. This could be 8.5 by the time this game starts, but over 7.5 is a bet that I'm running with. She almost sent me over the edge in that last game, far out against the Mystics. So the opportunity is going to be here for Ms. Harrison without Angel Reese in the lineup. She's played 30 plus minutes in both games without her. On the season, she's played 21 plus minutes in 4 games. She's covered this line in 3 of them, averaging 8.8 rebounds per game. Now she's up against a Lynx team, which is probably going to dominate the Sky. The Sky clearly doesn't give a fuck. But after watching that last game for Chicago, it's clear, though, that Harrison gives a fuck. She led the team in shot attempts, she rebounded well, and she fouled out from being over-aggressive. Now, she's no Angel Reese, but she does have size, she gives out effort, she gets offensive rebounds, and she's up against a Lynx team that ranks in the bottom 4 in rebounding rankings. We also know that Diamond DeShields still out for this game, so I'm expecting Isabel Harrison to still get 30-plus minutes. So take her over on rebounds, provided it hasn't moved to 8.5. 7.5 is the money here, and if you miss that opportunity, that's why you should be signing up to VIP. But check out the free version. The next pick, we're also staying in this same game, though. We're looking at Napheesa Collier here. Now, I find her extremely difficult to bet on, but today I say fuck it. We're taking the under 32.5 points, rebounds, and assists for Napheesa. Now, the Lynx, they should pound the Sky into the core of the earth, and a massive game from Collier shouldn't be required. Now, she's under in both games against the Sky this season, 30 and 22 PRA. She's also covered in 1 out of her last 6 games. And the game that she did cover on was against the Indiana Fever. And it was an ideal matchup for her. That Caitlin Clark thing was there where everyone gets hyped and excited and they tend to overplay. But in this particular game, there is no one like Caitlin Clark in this game. No one's probably going to be watching it. So I don't think Napheesa needs to go crazy in this one. I think they'd get a balanced share of possession and scoring with everybody chipping in a few points. This Sky team struggled to score 60 points against the Mystics. So up against the Lynx, one of the best defensive teams in this competition, I don't think Napheesa needs to go hard. So let me know what you think. You're going to join me in taking Napheesa Collier under 32.5, or I lost my goddamn mind. So we're jumping into the last game, and we're getting on another wagon. Someone I've bet on a few times already, and we're going back to the well here. Brianna Jones, over 19.5 points and rebounds. You're going to see a whole lot of green on this screen, whether I look at her recent form, whether I look at her head-to-head form. This thing's going to be greener than Snoop Dogg's fingers. Now, she's in the hottest stretch of this season, covering this line in 5 straight games, averaging 27 points and rebounds. In a lot of these games, it's been a somewhat size advantage for her. She sees Brittney Griner, who towers over everyone for this particular game. So at first glance, you're probably thinking this would be difficult, but bigs have been eating against Griner all season. Now, Jones, she's also had her way with her in the past. She's covered this line in 3 straight games against the Mercury this season. 21, 25, and 24 points and rebounds. Now, Brittney Griner only played in 2 of these games, but the 2 games she did play on were the best ones for Brionna Jones. It was the last 2 where she had 25 and 24. Now, Brionna Jones, been watching a lot of film, gets out on the break with Thomas. She gets out slowly, but she still gets out regardless. She can also hit these open mid-ranges that Brittney Griner gives everybody. She's always in drop coverage in the pick and roll. Brionna Jones can pop. She can get offensive rebounds and put that shit in. And when Mac gets off the bench, Brionna Jones is going to take her ass into the post. In terms of rebounding, that should be easy as well. The Mercury, dead last in rebounding rankings, and you can see it here. 15 rebounds in her last 2 games against this team for Brionna Jones. Let's take it. Over 19.5 points plus rebounds. Now, I do also have some leans within this game, and I call them leans. First one is a lean because I don't know what the hell is happening in terms of lineups. Let me find her. We're looking at Sweet Deanna here. Taurasi. Now, I'm leaning to an under in her points plus assists. And the reason why I'm leaning at the moment is because apparently Kahleah Copper is on the injury list. She may play, she may not. And if Copper doesn't play, we should see Diana Taurasi's usage rate go up. So I might be a little bit afraid to take the under. But we also see a line move up too. If that line moves up, then I'll take the new line. But the matchup here is tough as fuck. She struggled in both matchups against this team. 6 points and 1 assist in both of those games. But like I said, it's a lean for now because we don't know the status of Kahleah Copper. So once Kahleah Copper's status is clear, then we can take the under. If she's out and this line moves up, I'll still take the under. But for now, not touching the 17.5 until we know what's happening with Kahleah. The other lean that I do have, the market's not even available at all. And we're looking at Marina Mabrey. And whatever her point line is I'll probably take the over for that. And pretty much this matchup is perfect. This Mercury team does not defend the perimeter. Spot up shooting, especially above the break. They leak points like crazy. In previous matchups between the Connecticut Sun and the Mercury, the girl that she was traded for, Bannon, whatever hell, that fat little girl who now plays in Chicago, she was bombing threes all over the Mercury. Mabrey takes her place in great form at the moment, shooting the ball. I like her over in points, whatever it is. Until 14.5, but we'll see. But Mabrey, she's going to form that second set as well. We'll do some parlays, something with Teaira McCowan, and then anything juicy that I come up with. And before I get the fuck out of here, I promised you my 3 favorite plays. Now, the warning here is that even though these are my favorite plays, there's still potential to get smashed here, so don't go crazy. So the top 3 plays that I've gone through today, Tina Charles, over 10.5 rebounds, consistent as fuck with high minutes. Skylar Diggins, over 16.5 points. Machine on the road with a perfect matchup. And, of course, we've got to take Brionna Jones, over 19.5 points and rebounds, in a season-best form right now. And she's up against a team that she's destroyed all year. So lock all of these in on Dabble. And as a bonus, as I said, if you've signed up to Dabble and you made your first deposit with my link, I'll give you a month of VIP picks for free. We're up about 56 units, maybe more, maybe less right now. But just message me on X or Instagram, and I'll be sure to hook you up. I appreciate it if you made it this far. Tell me what you guys think about the new camera angle if you have, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.